used to be rain.
We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Hi, I'm Suzy Pruddens, and welcome to Mastermind Live on LA Talk Live, where we're more than just talk. I have the most super special guest of all time here today. I'm going to read her bio because it's huge. Chimene Holmes. This is Chimene Holmes, and welcome.
Thank you, Suzy. I appreciate you having me here today.
Absolutely. Chimene has an extensive background in serving people in various industries as an entrepreneur for over 25 years, event planning and producing, real estate. She's a real estate professional and a certified life coach. Chimene is a leader and a board member of Women of Virtual World Ministries. Are you a minister?
No.
You're not a minister. You want to be?
No.
I'm just checking. But I know you do prayer.
I love to minister though. But I don't want to be on the pulpit.
Right, but you meet every morning, don't you do a prayer?
Yes, I do a prayer line every morning for women only.
At what time?
From 5:45 to 6:15.
That's amazing. Yeah. That's amazing. And you do it every day, right?
Monday through Friday.
Wow. So Chimene is a business development strategist. She is married to Craig Holmes, who is an entrepreneur and a real estate broker, and she has two truly beautiful daughters. I've met them both, Sterling and Sheridan, who have launched their own businesses through CEO Space. And there's just so much about Chimene. I mean, I've got pages here and pages. Chimene could write a book about herself.
That's a great idea.
That is a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm full of good ideas.
Mm-hmm.
She's currently the club president of the Los Angeles CEO Space International, which is an organization we're going to be talking about. And she is the executive state director for CEO Space. She and her husband, Craig, have developed the largest club in the world for CEO Space. And they are known as the master connectors to their friends and colleagues. Chimene is just amazing. I've known Chimene for about 7 years. And I met Chimene when I started looking at CEO Space. And Chimene can honestly say, and I honestly agree, that I was the most difficult person she has ever come across to finally have joined CEO Space. And since I've joined it, now I learned about it in 98. I don't remember which exact year I met you, but it was in between 98 and when I did join. And then I tell people now I did join finally in 2009. And I say to people now, if I joined in 98, I'd own Beverly Hills. I mean, it's an amazing organization. And Chimene has been my mentor, my coach, my friend. And so how did you get involved in CEO Space? And how come you were so patient with me?
Well, I would say one of the most valuable assets as a coach is to be a great listener. And so I heard her resistance, and I just allowed her to come into it herself.
And one of my best and dearest friends was bugging me to join and bugging me to join and bugging me to join. And Chimene said, leave her alone.
Yes.
And when she left me alone, that's what happened for me. And what caused me actually to join was I was watching a friend of mine who did join start to change. She changed her business look. She changed, and I'm going, I want that. And she got that by attending CEO Space. So if I want that, then I got to attend CEO Space to get what she got to do that. And that's when I joined, and you didn't have to sell me at all.
Right.
You just gave me the space.
Yes. So we all say we share, but I mean, honestly, we're all selling something, correct?
Yeah.
So there's a way, though, when you know you have something that's really powerful that can really change people in their business, there's a way to actually present that in a more of a share type manner than a hard sell.
Yes.
And so I've seen amazing results. I got involved with CEO Space through my dear friend Cheryl Brenner, and she saw something in me that I didn't see. And
Keep your mic with your as you turn.
she saw this an amazing ability to connect with people that I had and the relationship building um, side of me that was just like, she goes, "You're so perfect and you are an entrepreneur." And she goes, "You would be perfect for this." And I basically did what you did. I ran away from her for about 3 years.
Yeah.
And I was in the real estate industry. I was doing very well. And I basically kept telling her I didn't have time for whatever this was, Didn't quite understand it. And so I actually, it happened to be in Los Angeles at the time, which gave me the ability to come in and to kind of take a peek. And I said, man, this is an amazing place. But it really was kind of a disservice for me to have that sneak preview in a way too, because I didn't know everything that was going on behind the scenes. So I came in and saw a lot of great speakers, from Bob Proctor to Lisa Nichols, Dr. Jeff McGee, just amazing speakers there. T. Harv Eker, Mark Victor Hansen.
I'm a speaker there too now.
And now Suzy is one of my prize speakers.
And I have to thank Chimene for that, because she really made it possible for me to be a speaker at CEO Space and to become faculty.
Yeah.
And she guided me. And, the most important thing you can do when you have a mentor is listen to them. Because she knew what I needed to know and then taught me. And I listened.
Yeah. Because Suzy's kind of out of a box type of person. So I had to kind of bring her back in the box to follow certain guidelines, and she would be on the stage where she deserves to be.
Yeah.
So it was just an amazing opportunity. I finally did attend an entire program at the Westin LAX. It was there, and it's an amazing program. And I actually got to see people raise capital. See, I didn't see that part just from going in and seeing the
Right.
speakers. I thought, wow, these people are all here. This is a membership to hear just motivational speakers. But I didn't know they were just amazing workshops with experts in every industry, from branding, social media, to strategy, sequencing, and how to learn those business core skills we all need in our business, especially capital. That's something that's not taught in any school. And to learn compliance regulations, to learn.
And there's so much to learn.
Right.
As an entrepreneur, I've been going, I joined in '09 and I've only missed one, and that's because I had a previous engagement. And I cannot learn enough.
Right.
And there are classes every day in all of these things that are absolutely essential for the entrepreneur.
Exactly. Because in today's economy, the box top rules are changing every day.
Moment by moment.
Right. And there's even something in the Bible. It say, if you reject knowledge, then you basically are stupid. So we have, I read this verse and it was just amazing to me. And I said, this is what we need as entrepreneurs. When anyone thinks they know everything,
Oh no.
then you're really being ignorant. And
You're-
you should be open to always to learn.
Well, if somebody says they know everything, they're really in trouble.
Right.
Because everything changes.
Exactly.
And it is right now, this year. I had my first business in 1965 when I was 22.
Mhm.
The business climate, the rules and regulations, everything has changed.
Yeah.
When I opened up Suzy Pruddens International, the one company I have now, in '08, after losing another company, it's just that it's all different.
Yeah.
And so, thanks to CEO Space, I get to learn so that I can stay compliant, so that I can stay out of trouble.
Exactly.
Right.
And so what really happened after that one time I attended the entire week, I said, if I had only had this place for my business. I've been an entrepreneur for over 25 years. I've had a ladies accessory business with purses and jewelry. I've done event planning, and I had gotten to certain points in my business where I was very successful. but I didn't have a real plan. So I didn't know anything about sequencing, doing things in the correct order. I didn't know anything about market surveys, strategy, branding, and just working off the cuff and trying to be in every lane that I had no business in. And got a lot of violations being in the diamond lane. Michelle Anton, one of my dearest friends and producers, social media expert, just she's done Oprah and everything. She gives this perfect analogy as entrepreneurs. A lot of times we put on so many hats,
Yes.
and we don't want to go and ask any questions because we have a lot of naysayers around us. So you try to figure everything out by yourself, and it ends up costing you a lot of time and a
A
lot
lot
of
of
money.
money.
Yeah, and even the money, you could maybe replace that, but you can't replace time if
Can't
you have
re-
to start all over again.
no.
So that's one thing I can say. It's a great place to come and get great experts in every area of business. You wear the hat that you have your genius in, and then you learn capital if that's something you're looking for in your business. Some people are just looking for clients. Some people are looking for a great publisher. Like Chicken Soup of the Soul was birthed at CEO
Right.
Space. So you think of this new model of cooperative capitalism.
So was Airborne.
Airborne is a product. We have a lot of number one products. Lisa Nichols is a product of CEO Space. Win Bowley with sticky sheets. A lot of number one products
A
that
lot
have
of
done
number one
major
products.
things, and it's
Yep.
just really learning how to do business. It is the entrepreneur university.
It really is.
Hands-on.
And you know what one of the things that I love about it as well is that you really create deep friendships.
Exactly.
And you can call people and just if you have a question and you know that they know the answer, you can just call them and ask.
Right.
If they have time, they'll talk. If they don't, they'll schedule a time. And it's just very, very exciting
Yeah.
to be a part of an organization where we're all moving as fast as we can in our own pace, surrounded by people who are moving either faster or slower, but we're all on our own pace, and everybody wants to help. And it's cooperative capitalism.
Right.
Why don't you explain that? Because that's brilliant.
Well, Bernie Dorman, our chairman and founder, he wanted to base this and get rid of that competitive model, that doggy dog, what's in it for me. So when you create a place and you set the guidelines up front that we're coming to help each other, it's a whole different mindset
Hmm.
to see people that are in the same industries helping each other.
Yes.
And there's no, oh, we have enough of this type of business. We have enough. It's not that type of environment. It is really people opening up their Rolodexes, sharing those platinum resources that they have, and really doing it from the heart and not what's in it for them. It's really to see you succeed.
I had an incident last week when I was talking to somebody who, and you know her, she's creating a fashion line for large women. And she gave me a see me card, and I called her to set up an appointment. We had an appointment. She really doesn't need me. And I said, you really don't need me. She said, I need a manufacturer. Now, my high school roommate is a clothing manufacturer. And so I just saw the note to myself because came from my office. Call Phyllis. I haven't spoken to Phyllis in, I don't know, 25 years. And I know she's back in business. We've been in touch with it. So I'm going to call Phyllis, who I haven't spoken to, and say, okay, I have a friend from CEO Space who needs a manufacturer. Who do you recommend? She's doing plus size clothing. And she'll give it to me, and then I'll be able to call Joan and say, Joan, I got the number for you. That's what it's all about.
Yes, definitely.
What's the most thing what do you find the most fun for you at CEO Space?
Seeing people like you achieve like bigger dreams. And it's a hard job to coach a lot of entrepreneurs.
And it's like herding cats.
Yeah. And so because I know it so well, I'm really patient, and there's certain people that I know they work extra hard, so I can work extra hard for them. But I think seeing people like yourself with 2 radio shows, not that this is something new. I know Suzy has been on every show from Good Morning America, Oprah, but to see you at this point in your life with this much energy, and you're so powerful because you really have the knowledge to back yourself
I
up.
really do.
Yeah.
I'm really
So
smart.
that's what really, that you have taken that knowledge and you applied it.
Yeah.
really shows the difference than someone who thinks fairy dust is going to be sprinkled on them. It's a hard job as an entrepreneur, and the average entrepreneur works about 18 hours a day.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, and we beat our drum beat is different. People think we're weird, and you can't is like something that's always kind of put out there. But when you have a community of a lot of like-minded people, it really, you can have a goal, you'll write it down, and you'll make it very clear. This is what I want to do. And that's another principle that I live on as an entrepreneur. The vision board concept from The Secret, people thought like, oh, this is a new concept. But that's something that's so biblical. And when there's spiritual laws that will come if you really utilize this power that God has given us here on earth, He's given us these dreams, these amazing ideas. Like you get ideas constantly. Well, you're open. That's why you're really getting them. But I know you for sure write down your stuff. And when you write it down and make it clear, it will come. And that's from the Old Testament in Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 2 to 3. And people who they go, oh my God, I thought the vision board was a new idea.
I've been teaching it. I didn't know it was in the Bible, but I started teaching it in 1993 when I taught my first weekend workshop. And at that time we called it a treasure map. And I taught a weekend workshop for women. It's called Awaken the Tiger Within. It's a wonderful workshop. It's really about empowerment. And Sunday afternoon, the first morning is all about our negative thoughts, and then we do a whole process, and then the afternoon is all about positive stuff, and then Sunday morning is all about, well, what's going on for you now, and then we burn the negative thoughts, and then the whole afternoon on Sunday is treasure boarding, or it's was vision boarding. I didn't know. I just made it up.
Right.
I didn't know. I just made it up. Then I have a friend now who has a certification course in teaching people how to do vision boards.
Wow. Okay.
So it's anybody can do a vision board. So for those of you who are watching and listening, what you do is you can take a big or small piece of paper. I like to do the big ones. What I do, it's fun. I take file folders. And I scotch tape them together so I can fold it up if I want to, or open it wide if I want to. And then you just take pictures and sayings of things that you want in your life, and you paste them on this board or this piece of paper, whatever. And it's amazing. One of my clients, this is so cute. I saw her a few years after she did the program. She said, "Do you realize that since I've seen you, I've moved to the country? And my son said to me one day, we have a golden retriever. He said, Mom," so the dog's name is, I don't know, Fido, you have that picture in your vision board, and the toy that he's got in his mouth right now is the same exact toy on the vision board. And then I looked up and saw that the house was the house on the vision board.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And it just... I have another one, but this today is about you. So, tell me about the event stuff that you do. I have to tell you, this one puts on the best events in the world. The best events in the world. I don't know how you can hold that space. Tell us how you do that.
That is my true passion, and so I think I show up in it really on purpose in a different light. And that is when I'm at my best. Being a part of CEO Space has given me the ability to do two things that I really like to do. Help people. And everything I've ever done is always to make you look more beautiful, to make your event look beautiful, to find you your dream home. Everything is about helping someone. And so with CEO Space, I was able to help entrepreneurs, people that are, walk a different walk like I do, we're different. And then I can give an event. And so I host these amazing meetings at the Beverly Hills Country Club. And I have one this Thursday. And we have a great instructor, Jerry Foster. He's a master brand strategist.
He's a stitch.
Yes.
He is such an alive speaker.
Yeah.
And so full of incredible knowledge, it's when you're in business, you have to create a brand.
Right.
You've got to become known.
Right. So when you can create events that are empowering entrepreneurs, and it just makes it fun. I still have the ability to do social events or corporate events. I've done things with other speakers and just help them build a platform for their business.
You're
But
going to help me.
yeah, I'm gonna help you. And Susie has an upcoming event in April.
April, it's the six-figure income workshop, and Shelley Hunt is going to be there, and also Bernie Dorman is going to be there, and we're going to have a blast.
Right.
I mean, I can't imagine the energy that's going to be in that room is going to be extraordinary.
We're going to keep it fun, and that's the most important.
That is the
How
most
do you make it fun, exciting?
and educable.
Right.
You want to
All-
educate while entertain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so how do people reach you?
Well, you could either reach me by email, and that's at masterconnectors@gmail.com, or my cell number is 323-559-2423.
And that's people who are watching or listening in other parts of the world. This show is all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
And so is CEO Space.
Exactly. So the website for CEO Space, my local website is ceospacelosangeles.com, and our corporate website is ceospaceinternational.com. So you can find out so much about what our organization is. And let me just give you a little brief, what we call a SNAP. And a SNAP is the acronym for Super Networking Accelerates Potential. So the distance between you and your success is in your languaging. And so when you can convey to whoever your customer, prospect, or whatever it is, what you actually do, if you're raising capital, how do you capture their attention? Keep it quick, keep it exhilarating, and that they just are going to be dying to do business with you. So Suzy has an amazing snap.
I have an amazing snap.
Yeah.
I am so pleased
She's
with
snapalicious.
my snap is the New York Times says if Suzy's talking about it today, the rest of the country will be talking about it tomorrow. You've seen me on Oprah, Good Morning America, and The Today Show. My name is Suzy Pruddens. I'm an internationally acclaimed speaker and seminar leader, New York Times bestselling author. I'm a fitness expert, a hypnotherapist, accountability and empowerment coach, and I want to work with people who want to be as successful or more successful than I am. If you're interested in your success and you'd like a free half-hour consultation, please give me your CME card and I will call you. I am amazed. And then I just hold out my hand.
Right. And you get results.
And I watch the circle that hand me their cards, and I get results. I get phenomenal results. I have a client right now, a CEO Space client, who is flying with just a few sessions. Because I'm a hypnotherapist and coach, you can tell somebody what to do. But if their subconscious mind isn't in agreement, they're not going to do it. So I just hypnotize them and tell their subconscious mind to do it, and they do it.
I'm due for a session. I'm one of Suzy's clients too. But for CEO Space, it's a new type of trade show that instead of using the old model of booths, we use meals to incorporate building the relationship. So imagine coming to a place for 5 to 7 days that meets 5 times a year. So you become a lifetime member and you get the world-class training. You get to build relationships by having meals. You get to do in-room presentations for customers, for clients, for capital. Most of us that are at that stage and they're compliant get to raise capital there. So it's a place where you can come to get everything you need for your business and the ability that other people will introduce you to other people they know. And so it goes on and on and on, where you can come with a napkin idea, a small, mid-size, or you're already a huge firm. And if it's a business deal you're doing for real estate development, it could be a movie project, a book, a widget, a service. Business professionals come. We give accreditation in CE credits for over 30 professional designations. So it's a place where you can have fun. You can come, you come to learn, you earn, and our return, when you've met where you are at the top of your game, you return to give back to others.
The interesting thing is being on faculty at CEO Space and really having relationships now with other people on faculty. the dedication of the faculty, because we don't get paid to go to CEO Space. We actually ask faculty pay to go to CEO Space. Plus, we pay for our hotel. Plus, we're not working, so I mean, we tithe our time.
Yeah.
And so the whole time that I'm there, I'm going to be speaking on Monday morning, and I'll be there the whole week. I'll have a table. People will come and ask me questions. And then I do half-hour sessions all week long at no charge.
Right.
And I can't even say, by the way, see me afterwards. And I'll, it's like I'm not allowed to say.
There's no selling from the stage.
I can't sell even when I'm talking to somebody one-on-one. Right. They say, well, what do you charge? I said, talk to me Saturday. I can't even tell them during the week. I say, you got to talk to me Saturday.
So the place is different than anything else you've been, because there's no place that would put these kind of guidelines. We realize that you're in a euphorium, and you should have a clear mind when you're making any type of business decision.
Oh, yeah, because there's so much going on. Coming back from CEO Space, when I get back, I hand my CME cards to Donna. You all know about Donna. You met Donna last time. And everybody has to have a Donna. Yeah. And I hand my CME cards to Donna, and then she puts them into the computer. And we wait until Thursday to start calling. Because in the past, when I first joined CEO Space, I would call the second day. Nobody's got any brains.
Right.
They're all like, because there's so much that happens. Yeah. They can't, it's like, I'm still trying to figure out Monday morning. This is a week later.
Right.
And what just happened to me? And it really is, what just happened to me? Because your energy shifts. And you start thinking much wider.
Oh, yeah.
Much, much wider. And it's exciting.
It is exciting. Yeah.
So what's your favorite part about CEO Space? What do you like the best?
Well, of course, I like seeing you, just get successful like you. I have another graduate, Wendy Ida, right now, who is doing amazing.
Oh, she's doing amazing things.
And I think back to when she first attended a meeting at the country club, and she was at a point and she told me, I can't even Google what I need next. That's when you need help. It's like she knew she needed something, but she couldn't express what it was. But she did have a publishing deal, and I just told her, if there's any way that you can wait and don't publish by this date in January, because if the branding's wrong on that book and you have to change everything, it's just going to cost you so much money and time. And she was able to rearrange everything.
Wow.
To see her progress is just amazing. She found her branding expert there. She found her video people. Her book went out. She's #1. She's on CNN this month. She's in Essence magazine. She was just on the the guy from Survivor show.
You're asking the wrong person, because I don't watch television. I do television, but I don't watch it.
Yeah. She's just doing amazing things.
She really is. Yeah.
And it's because she really utilized CEO Space for what you're supposed to do. Yeah. And you have a place where you could come 5 times a year. You pay once, and you can come back for basically 4 days out of those 5 times at the ending week for free. And Wendy attended some again the whole week, and there's always a smaller amount because your meals are included. And just this beautiful resort that we're at, the Ravella in Lake Las Vegas.
Oh, it's beautiful.
No gambling, no smoking. We are focused. We were at another hotel in Las Vegas that basically said, well, we didn't see the slot machines go up or anything happen. And we said, we told you, we're not here to gamble. We're here to do business. And that's the difference.
And on that note, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. I'm Suzy Pruddens. This is Mastermind Live on LA Talk Live, where we're more than just talk. And please stay tuned. And we'll be back in a moment. And then...
Hi, this is Susan Levin, owner and founder of Speaker Services, inviting you to join me and co-host Jean Noel Bassiar on Monday evenings, 5 p.m. Pacific, for our new show, Talk Up Your Business, Speak Your Way to More Profits. We'll be talking to you about how to use your expertise to grow your business or service through speaking. Our expert speakers and author guests will share their stories and success secrets with you. Don't forget to tune in to Talk Up Your Business Mondays at 5 p.m. Pacific, exclusively on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B or watch us on Ustream.tv. Reality radio, handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Young Connection, your one-stop connection for all your graphic design and commercial printing needs. Young Connection is a full-service printing and media design company dedicated to providing the highest level of customer service and satisfaction. Young Connection provides swift response and rapid turnaround services for banners, brochures, business cards, letterheads, church bulletins, funeral programs, flyers, logo design, posters, and much, much more, all at an affordable price. Young Connection, the official printing company of LA Talk Live. Give them a call at 310-491-3336. That's 310-491-3336, or visit their website at www.youngconnection.com. That's www.youngconnection.com. Young Connection Printing and Media Services, proud sponsors of LA Talk Live, where it's more than just talk.
Hi, I'm Suzy Pruddens, and welcome back to Mastermind Live on LA Talk Live, where we're more than just talk. And I am talking with Chimene Holmes, who is the president?
I'm the club president
Club
for our
president
Los Angeles
of
chapter.
And you're executive president for the entire state of California.
Yes.
That's a big deal.
Yes, it is.
California's a big state, and we've got a lot of members from California.
Right. And when we started about 7 years ago, there was no club president here. Now, we had members because we do have remote club presidents, and I have the ability to share CEO space wherever you are in the world. So I do have members worldwide.
Well, I tell wherever I am, excuse me for any other CEO club presidents, but I always tell them call Chimene.
Well, you're supposed to because you're my member. So that's it. CEO Space is a referral base. Really, we don't advertise on TV ads. It is a place where I would like to get, and our membership is that we weed out the sharks and we make sure we have the real people that are giving back, not the takers. So it is a referral base. That's why I have members in Europe. I have members in Hawaii. It's just I have a member that would refer me to a friend that could live anywhere, so that you are still considered my member. And it's not about you giving it to someone else. We're all going to help each other.
Yeah.
But the greatest thing is that because it's an international company, you can help people all over the world.
And it's interesting because I deal with people all the time, and I know exactly who's right for CEO space,
Right.
and will tell them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not right for everybody.
It's not.
No.
I've told people no.
And you've told, when I was thinking of a particular person, and you were so cute, you said, no, no, not a good person. I said, okay. I don't argue with this lady, and because she's far more experienced than I am and really knows. So give us some tips on the master connector and how you connect people and things like that.
Well, it was something that we were doing before CEO Space, and me and my husband both realized we had this ability to know where to connect the dots. And so it's something that as CEO Space, because I have this great resource that I can connect people with just what they need by listening to what they're doing in their business. I can come up with a strategy and put the right people with the right people. And I have people that I know are going to deliver. That's the other thing. It's like you can get referrals or you can Google something, but I have people that have to stay in integrity. if they want to be part of this membership. And from the faculty level to just our regular members, we have accountability. And that's the most important thing. And so when I say I'm going to refer someone, it's very rare. If someone misses a beat, I'm on them and like, I gave you this great referral. You have to deliver. And that's important to me.
And you also are very, very clear, because I've made mistakes, and you've called me on them.
You're so honest, Suzy.
Well, I did. I made mistakes.
Well, she's that out of box chick, so that's okay.
So she calls me on it. She says, you can't do that. And I go, I didn't know. And then one time I really, really made a faux pas. I can't remember what it was, but it was close to having me removed from CEO space. I was so grateful that she told me that I was out of line. I sent her flowers.
Yeah.
But it was so perfect, because I don't want to do something that's, number one, going to go against that which CEO space stands for, and I certainly don't want to get in trouble.
Right.
Because there are people that have been removed from CEO space who didn't follow the rules.
Right.
And so in every other area of my life, I don't follow the rules.
Right.
But at CEO space, I follow the rules.
I'm a rule breaker too, but you know what? We're not when you say you're a rule breaker, I'm a rule breaker. It's never malicious.
No.
It's always usually like, I don't take no for an answer, and I don't care. There's a line and you say I can't get in. I may figure out how to do something. I just won't take no for an answer. But we would never hurt or not deliver on our promise.
Right.
And that's when CEO space guidelines, they're nothing unusual rules. They're the rules of business and how business should be done.
Well, they also make sense.
Yes.
I mean, they really make sense.
Right.
And so people will ask me, well, do you follow the rules? Don't you? And I said, what, are you kidding me? Yes, I do. Yeah. And when I was having a conversation with Shelley Hunt about it, because we had planned a workshop right after CEO Space in December, and there was a new rule that we're not allowed to do that. So I had this conversation with Shelley, and I said, Shelley, we're not allowed to do this. And so she said, okay. I said, we got to cancel the workshop. So we did.
Yeah.
And it wasn't about, oh dear, we have to cancel the workshop. It was just like, okay, cancel the workshop, because there's a rule. We didn't have that rule the month before, but it was a new rule, so we followed it. And that's the way it feels better that way.
Right.
You feel integrous.
Mm-hmm.
So with Master Connectors, what do you want to do with that now?
Well, it's always, CEO space may not be right for each individual at the time I want it to be, just like with you. But it's still helping people in their moment. And if there's something that you need a real need for, I'm able to coach and really put you with an expert. I've had people that are having issues, and you're the perfect person. It wouldn't be perfect for me to maybe put them in a position that they're not quite ready for. And so you may be my perfect go-to person to really help them clear their mind and their junk.
To get ready for it. Because it's a big jump. CEO space is a big jump.
Right.
And what is fun busting?
Okay. I'll tell you a little bit more about fun busting, because we never say no to anyone who wants to go to CEO space. So, of course, with the lifetime membership, we've been around for 25 years. And the price has been the same for 25 years. Currently, our lifetime membership is $6,500. It's normally $7,500. And there's partner rates and spouse rates. And we also have an amazing teen program that my children are a part of.
Your children are so beautiful. Seeing your daughter at the Empowered Woman event last month.
Right.
I've seen her now over 5-6 years.
Right.
What a beautiful, beautiful young woman she is.
And it's what we put our kids in, the environments. And children can do anything. And if I had an organization like CEO Space when I was 13, because I've always had entrepreneur desires, my favorite game was to play business. So,
mine too.
So this is like so normal to me. But to see
business and horses.
Yeah. Like, okay, so if we had a program. So we do have a program if you're from ages 13 to 21. that we actually teach you the business skills. We help you with personal development as a teenager, and they find great mentors and experts to help them develop their business. So there's a lot of teens that have $1 million businesses through CEO Space, and that membership goes into being a lifetime member. They never have to pay again. So you've empowered your child with something forever that they can use and pass on to their family. So that's another great thing. But in getting experts, there may be like someone with a tax issue. Well, I have a great tax expert. If I could help that person now by referring them to Carla Dennis, who's an EA agent in all 50 states, that can help them with their issues, then I'm doing it. I feel good. And then they know that I really care about them and not pushing what I'm selling. It's really about hearing where you are and what you need next.
And the important thing is hearing where you are now, because yes, I want everybody to go,
Right.
and I know that sometimes people aren't quite there yet. So my job for them is to help them become ready, so that when they go, they get the most out of it.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so when people can't, because you have a program called Fund Busting.
Right.
Explain that.
So we have a program called Fund Busting, FUNDBUSTING. And if you're enrolled, and it's free to enroll, we'll teach you how to raise the capital to get to CEO Space. So
That is invaluable.
right, the
because
coaching is just amazing for this
that's-
program.
That can be used for anything,
Exactly.
not just CEO Space.
So we had a problem with that because some people see that it can be used for everything. So the only thing that we ask now, because it used to be free, you have to put a $500 deposit to show that you are committed, and that when you do raise this capital,
Then you'll use it
use
for
for CEO Space. So we have had people that come through, and they may have just gone for a short-term goal of raising 5 to 10,000, and they start raising 50,000. And it's just a way of how to show you 10 different ways to raise capital for your business. So we coach you through that process. We prepare you to attend the forum. We don't just sign you up. There is a process, and we call it our pre-class kit. But the fund busting will change your life, and it'll make you unstoppable. Because if you're in fear of raising capital and you have this brilliant idea and you know it's going to need capital, you have to go to Capital 101. And that's what fund busting is.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot. People have a lot of stuff around money,
Yeah,
and you teach the language of money,
right.
and that it's okay to raise. I have not yet attended, so that's my next piece, is to learn how to raise capital. I've always just funded my own projects.
Great. That's
And
a
so-
beautiful thing when you could do that. Yeah.
Scary as all get out sometimes, but I'm still standing. So, and we had our best month ever last month, which
Wow.
was really just knocked my socks off. And tell us a fun story of someone who came with nothing and then just went to the moon, so to speak. Like there's the guy with the tow truck in a box.
Oh, yeah.
What a great story. Can
Yeah.
you tell that story?
Yeah. Tow truck in the box is an idea.
Wasn't it a napkin idea?
It was a little bit more than a napkin idea. His grandfather had invented this widget, and he had it like in a wood stage, and you could get out of snow or mud. And they brought it to CEO Space. They basically industrialized it, put it into a metal form, came up with the name, the branding, the packaging, and it has just sold in every
It's all over the
auto
place.
show,
Yeah.
auto store, NASCAR. They're promoted by them. And it's something that's so simple, but the guy who is Andy Andrus, who is
Right.
the inventor of this amazing product, he has a high school education. And so, in fact, I think he dropped out of high school. So this is when he tells people and he shares his story. If this is what happened to him, what CEO Space did for him, because his confidence level wouldn't be that he could sit down with having someone from Subway sit on his board. So he's developed a board of an amazing top CEOs from all over the world, and just everything he learned about capital. And he can walk into any boardroom and pitch his business, and he's in Mexico, Canada,
He's all over.
all over the world. And it was all from this woody little wooden widget that got you out of the snow or mud.
And then there's the piano wizard.
Chris Salter.
Oh, he's wonderful.
He has an amazing story. He
Yeah.
was a teacher in Hawaii, music teacher, and they were cutting the budget. And he knew in his mind there was a way to teach children at any age how to learn to play the piano. But he's not an engineer. So he came to
He's a
CEO
piano
Space.
teacher.
And every person that I'm going to tell you a success story, this is the other thing that's encouraging. They were fun busters. So if these people were told no, or they didn't trust learning something new, learning capital, they would have never gotten the CEO
That's
Space.
amazing.
So Andy was a fun buster. Chris Salter was a fun buster. He came to CEO Space. He met the engineers. They got what he was explaining, went up and developed the whole thing for him. Like they could translate what he was trying to do. And it's been the #1 toy electronic product,
I gave it to my grandson.
major stores. He's just
Yeah.
doing amazing things.
Yeah.
He's partnered with Symphonique, who was another person who came indirectly through one of our members at CEO Space that I actually had the pleasure of introducing Greg Ryder to her father, Percy Miller, Master P. And so when I see amazing things like that happen just from being at another conference, and I could tell Greg, this isn't an individual that you need to talk to. He's from a whole nother world. He has no idea how big of a mogul Percy Miller was in the hip hop world. But from that meeting that he ends up developing his daughter and her brand, and now she's on the Disney network. So there's so many major things that happen.
Amazing.
And just when people
Yeah.
basically just say thank you, that is the reward of an acknowledgement. Everyone wants to be acknowledged. It's not that I have to go around and say that, but whenever you say thank you or you are very appreciative of what someone has done for you, that makes it all worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's the woman who has the ecological what's it? It's a like
I'm
a little
going to
mop,
let you go ahead and do it.
little mop thing.
Yeah, so that's Tanya Lewis.
Tanya Lewis. She's amazing because boy, that woman just hung in there. She had an idea. Is she a fun buster too?
She's a fun buster.
And she's about this tall.
Yeah.
Cute, adorable, little blonde from Florida. And she had an idea to create an ecological mop.
Right.
And she just kept coming back and coming back and coming back, learning what she had to learn. And then she got the capital. Was she on QVC?
She's been on QVC. Bob Sircosta took her product. He's another instructor from CEO Space, and he's the first in the home shopping industry. And he took her product. But I saw when Tanya showed up, and Tanya was out of the box. But she got into compliance. She wanted it so bad.
Yes.
And she just really got into how to do it correctly. And she built some great relationships.
And she's coming out with some new products now.
Yeah, she's a smart
woman.
Oh, yes.
And you know, it's so interesting. It's so much fun because we just don't know who we're sitting next to. And all of a sudden, someone will start to describe their idea, their project, what they want. And it's like, oh, my God. And then everybody at the meals, everybody starts giving ideas. Well, you want to meet with this person and that person and maybe look into this. And so we're always sharing ideas.
Right. And sometimes just by at a meal, I've seen people share, and it might be an attorney at the table or some expert, and they'll say how the company is set up. And they say, it shouldn't be set up in that type of corporation. It should be like this. They'll leave the table, call their lawyer and say, oh my God, you just saved me so much money from sharing that little piece of knowledge that I didn't have. Because a lot of times you'll hire a lawyer or an accountant and they don't have an expertise in that part of business. It's like we go to a doctor for certain things that are wrong with us. I wouldn't go to a gynecologist if I had a heart problem. So why would you let a lawyer who doesn't have an expertise in corporations if he does divorces?
Right.
And so a lot of times you really have to really explain, and an expert will get out of you where you're really going in your business. If you're just telling them a little bit of it, but an expert would really get it out.
They'll know how to ask
how
the
far,
questions.
what's your exit plan on this? Where do you see there? Are there more products on this line? And then they will know how to really set it up right. But if you get to someone who's just trying to make their next, commission, then you're not going to be getting the correct advice. So
Right.
that's important.
And the wonderful thing also about CEO Space is that you have many different types of lawyer.
Yeah,
You have different tax people.
Exactly.
You have different branding people. I mean, it's not just one.
exactly.
Because one shoe doesn't fit all. And we're all so different. And we all come to CEO Space at so many different stages of our businesses.
Mhm.
And mine has exploded. I mean, I have this radio show, television show, because of another member from CEO Space.
Exactly.
And my friend Susan Levin, who is a friend of mine from 25 years ago, I mean, she's going to be here today at 5. I mean, it's fun.
It's fun. It's fun. I happened to be on Kimberly's show, who is my member, who came to one of my meetings and got it. And when I came on her show, I said, "You need to have Suzy on your show." And then I said, "Suzy's going to want to have a radio show." So I know Suzy. And
So I did it that day.
You did it.
I said when the show with Kimberly was over, I talked to Veneric and I said, "How do I get a show?" And he told me. And I said, "Okay, when is one available?" And he told me. I said, and then that was on a Friday. Emailed him on Sunday, and the show was gone. So what I did is, when's the next one available? He told me. I literally drove and brought him the check. I wasn't going to wait because I
Right.
didn't want to lose it. You've got to take action.
Exactly. And that's part of the master connectors and what it takes to really be a true master connector. So we're working on really doing a great website for master connectors and having power referral partners that we love and trust with our friends, our people that we meet, that we really can help you now in your business. We know once you get to CEO Space, your life will change in your business.
Everything changes.
Right.
Yeah.
But the experts are there to help you. And in connecting, it's really building those relationships to be a master connector. And so we had a few tips if you want to discuss, because I
please.
know this is probably your model. You're probably the one who I base this on. But I always say start small. So don't overwhelm yourself
that's so
sometimes,
good.
because some people try to just go all the way out there and they've opened up so many cans of worms that they end up just falling all over them. So do a little bit, talk to at least 10 people a day in some kind of networking. I was on an interesting call today, a powerful call with Dr. Jeff McGee, who's an instructor for CEO Space. He sits on the board for major airlines. He is the top leader in strategy and sales. And it's like you have to build your sales funnel and do your 25% of what you're going to do. So the first part of your funnel is your marketing. You have your middle part, and then you have your end. But there's always that extra 25%. So wherever you have your weakest moments, that's how you break it up. But in networking daily, I was just saying, just to build those small relationships, always follow up is the most important thing.
That's what I tell people.
Yeah.
I say the cards that you receive are not doing you any good
Right.
sitting in the shoebox.
And we're all guilty of it. I mean, I'm guilty
I'm
of
not.
it too. I know you're not.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I got a box.
I start getting into someone else's stuff, I may drop the ball on another one because I get so passionate and, okay, let me connect you. And I really want to follow through because I know that's a great one and I don't want anything to mess it up. So sometimes, and we all have personal things that come up that could throw you off. But the basics of it, if you follow through, you have great relationships and you deliver and you're consistent.
That's major. It's being consistent and being willing to show up and being willing to pick up the phone.
Yeah.
I have a person who was thinking about becoming a client. She didn't become a client. And I said, how do you market? And she said, well, I email. I said, and do you get any response? She said, no. I said, well, it's not working. She said, well, I don't like the phone. I said, but the email isn't working. She said, but I like emailing. I said, but it's not working. Don't go into business if you're not going to do what it takes to be in business, which means pick up the phone and follow up.
And be personable.
And
Yeah,
be personable. And be there
Exactly.
for the person you're talking to. Be present.
Yeah.
What's another tip?
Join great organizations.
Yes.
Yes. So
Yes.
we all have a lot of local organizations in the areas that we live in. But I would say CEO Space is like it's the top university. That's where you're going to get it all. But use your local. I'm part of Empowered Women with Desiree Dubois.
I am
That's
too.
a powerful group.
Right.
And women really helping women in business. So
Yes.
that's powerful. We have WRS. There's a lot of different, groups that we have, but you have to be part of somewhere.
And you have to show up and you have to offer what you have, and you have to do business with the other people as well.
Right.
It's not all about hire me, hire me, hire me. What have you got that I can? It's like CEO Space. Jason Webb, who's an IP attorney, is helping me with a situation right now where I'm in a trademark battle right now. He's an IP attorney. He's helping me. I'm working with him. So we're having a wonderful time back and forth, and we're going to have to put this in. What's one quick thing to say to our audience before we tune out?
It's that time. It's just stay in touch if you want to reach me.
Yes.
We're having a meeting at the Beverly Hills Country Club this Thursday. That's 3084 Motor Avenue. And my telephone number is 323-559-2423.
And if any of you come to any of Chimene's meetings, we're going to replay this probably in a few months, and you'll hear it and go, yes, but that was then. Well, she said that anybody who mentions this LA Talk Live and seeing Chimene on LA Talk Live, Master Live on LA Talk Live, you will be admitted for free. And I want to thank you for being here. My name is Suzy Pruddens. My guest is Chimene Holmes.
Thank you.
The club president of CEO Space and the
Executive State Director of California.
Executive State Director of California. I'm Suzy Pruddens. This is Mastermind Live on LA Talk Live, where we're more than just talk. That's great.